one location, 3 men, 1 cause. The Boardcast.
It's very close to 2 Girls, 1 Cup there, mate. What are you?
Hey, don't.
Dibs not being the cop.
Damn.
Dibs not being the cup. Oh, gross.
Welcome back.
It was
William.
supposed to be a good intro.
It was good. Yeah,
Thanks,
good.
Danny.
So
Thanks.
between the 3 of us, you give the most effort for the intros. Danny
Whoa.
just slides right in.
Yeah, I do like I like to chat in.
It was supposed to be good, but now it's destroyed.
Are the chairs
applaud
extra
you.
squeaky? Do I need to come in here to like WD-40 and are they? Can we hear the squeaking on the podcast?
Nah, you can't. You're good.
Okay, good.
But Northern Boards is known for having squeaky chairs.
Yeah.
Right?
Squeaky, squeaky.
Well,
Wait,
Nem's,
that and
Nem's
the,
dad was supposedly gonna. The whole deal was I would leave the wooden chair at the front. And then Nem's dad would. It's
okay, bro.
Nem would tell his dad
Absolute
to come past
hocus
and
pocus.
fix it. So I've been leaving chairs at the front, and they've not been magically getting
No.
fixed overnight. So
Absolutely not. Nem's dad brought 3 chairs in that he supposedly fixed, and they are worse chairs.
they are worse. They're actually worse.
You'll sit down in them, and their legs just start caving in.
So these chairs here originally came from, we had plastic chairs from the markets, which were just not great. Because we've got the nice chairs on the other side, right? I got those at Ross's Auctions. They were from one of the concert theaters.
They're
real
the
nice.
conference office style chairs.
Yeah, the OG ones, right? And it's a real shame at the time. Like, it was when I first started, I didn't have a lot of money. I think I paid like $150 for 6 or something for every 6. And I didn't buy more. I wish I'd bought like 20 more, 30 more, just so I could have them. And when they get old, I can replace them, whatever. But anyway, we've got these wooden chairs from the Black Sheep when we took over the Thai restaurant. Those were the chairs at the restaurant. Can you imagine sitting all night at a restaurant on those things? Nightmare.
No.
But I guess I'm now
uncomfortable, though.
I'm asking people to sit here with them all night, but whatever.
That's all right. If you're gaming, you're actually standing up.
So when you're gaming on this kind of uncomfortable chair, you play faster.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. People, patrons, they posture more, which is important.
Yeah.
But I do, the aesthetic of the wooden chair with all the wooden stuff is much more
Yeah.
visually appealing.
It looks way
Just
cozier. It
lame to
matches
sit
all
on.
the like the lumber, like decor we have going on.
Hey, I got a bright idea.
Yeah,
Want to hear about it?
shoot.
All right. So I want to do like a private event, Commander, with burgers involved. How about that?
Eternal Burgers.
You're gonna go on a date with
Okay,
Liam?
I would say like I know like making new burgers is gonna be like really taxing for Nam. So what I'm gonna do is just take the basic burgers. The burgers is there as a
To be
compliment.
fair though, Nem makes it hard on himself.
No. We don't care about his. I don't care about his input on this. I don't care about your input. Nam, if you're listening,
I'm not sure he is going to feel about
your
that, but I'm with
input
you.
is not required. We're gonna take whatever is on the menu.
Yeah.
And then just take like 2 items from the menu, like this or this, whatever Nam's already cooking.
Gotcha.
And then put it into the event.
Like a
That's it.
specialty, come down,
A and B.
have a meal, have a commander sesh.
Yes, that's right. Enjoy food and Commander with friends. That's it.
Because I was
Simple.
bouncing the idea of we do it as a burger of the month. You come down. Nem
Nah.
has come up with a specialty burger you can only
Too
get
much work.
this night.
Too much work. The more stuff you put it in, everybody is so busy right now.
Yeah, but if it's just a regular
too,
burger,
too
it's
busy. Too busy. Trust me, too busy.
Gotcha.
We have wanted to do burger for
Because
the month for a long time.
guess
And
what?
the fact we haven't got to that means that it's hard to then
Yeah.
add this on top, right?
For me to introduce the menu on the counter took me a year. Heck no.
Yeah.
That burger of the month out of the window now. Out of the window. Now I'm taking over. This is my takeover. Today is my takeover.
Neb's one of those guys that has the idea and doesn't action on it as quickly as I'd like. We talked about it before.
We just what we're gonna do is we don't tell him about the event. Nothing.
So here's the
he just thinks there's extra burgers getting
Yes,
sold
that's
that
right.
way.
That's it.
That's actually probably the best strategy.
Yeah,
to be
just
honest.
yeah.
come
Nem's
in.
just like, why is there so many orders tonight?
That's it. That's
All
all
at
he has to know.
exactly 7
Like,
o'clock.
It's just like, hey, it feels like that's good orders tonight. That's it. That's all he has to know.
So here's the conversation that happens every time we go to Nem, and we're like, "Can you do this in a burger?" We're like, "POV, I'm Danny right now.
Yeah.
I walk over to Nem. Hey Nem, can I get a burger of the month? Let's put pineapples and beetroot in, and we'll make it like an Aussie style burger." And then I was like, "Nah.
Nah. That's why.
Pineapples in a burger? Not doing
That's
that,
why-
man."
I'll sell them here, but
Yeah.
I'll have the pineapples and beetroot up here. So when he delivers the burgers, I have to rush over to the person and I'll open and slide them in.
And then Nem's like,
Pineapple
no.
on the side. Pineapple on the side.
So anyway, what I could do instead of pineapple and beetroot in a burger, I want to make this like
Like a chutney. He was gonna make some chutney nonsense.
brisket
Okay,
with
we'll
chimichurri.
pick the best 2 burgers that Nam has, which is what's it called? The Phillies and the Love.
The cheeseburger is the most sold one. But
Okay,
then
cheeseburger?
outside of that, it's the love child and the Philly. Yeah.
Okay, so are they on the same price? That's the second
No,
question.
completely different.
Okay, what's the
Well, the
similar
chicken
price?
burgers have been rising up hard.
Yeah, the chicken's gone up $2 in the past 2 months.
Okay, so can the chicken burger and like one of the burgers be similar
Yeah,
price?
the love child and the hot chicken's roughly the same.
Okay, we'll pick that too. Set A, set B, done. don't tell them.
Yeah.
I like the idea.
I like the fun part is that we can make it. The commander itself is themed, but the burgers just stay consistent.
Yes, correct. So when you buy in, you have to eat.
So
You can't-
it's
you can't come in with a full stomach.
Okay, I get it. I
So
get
if
it
you
from
come
William.
in, you're gonna be paying. It's either you eat it or not. You're gonna be paying whatever, $20, $30, whatever. Okay,
This is,
that's
I can
the-
tell how energetic William is about this. Anytime you get William on the topic,
This is my event, okay?
Yeah.
This is my event, my
William's like,
brainchild.
come up with
No one's
ideas.
gonna be interrupting me, right? No one's gonna say like I should add this. No, counterspell.
counterspell. All right, so I like it. If we take the responsibility of making it a fun commander night, then all Nem has to worry about, all Burger Boy has to worry about is serving the food.
It's just like a normal day for him.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to know. Doesn't need to know.
He just has 34 orders come out at exactly 7 o'clock.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sell. So each commander pot is four packs, right? So we're gonna have 8 tickets out first.
Yeah.
If we sell out these 8, we'll open another 4.
Invite only. Well, not
no,
invite
no,
only,
no,
but
no.
like
It's not
short
invite
order,
only. So
get in while it's still
so
hot.
it's 8, and then we open up. If we have a wait list of 4, we'll sell the other 4 and open another 4 out.
Nice.
So every time it gets filled to 4, we'll sell. If not, it won't. So everybody will have a full pot to play. All right.
Okay.
So 8 is the minimum, and it should be easy because there's
Hey,
3
let us
here.
know in the comments
Sure.
what
Alright,
your
that's
favorite
3.
burger is.
Where are they commenting?
Spotify and YouTube.
Are you reading those?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
how do I
interact.
read them?
I interact on the
Oh
comments.
my god!
I give them a thumbs up.
I don't even watch on the YouTube. Sorry,
I
guys.
forgot YouTube. I'm not an active YouTube user.
All right.
I forgot they
There
have
was one
comments.
really witty comment by Taz, who plays on Thursday nights here. We were mentioning something about like Colossus hammers and stuff, and William had an innuendo. And then Taz commented, "Oh, if you have a Colossus hammer, then she won't mind how you look." Get it? Because William was talking about penises.
I still don't get it.
What?
Never mind. You'll have to read the comment to see it.
No, explain it again.
All right. So anyway, William made an innuendo joke about
Yes.
Colossus hammer, the magic card,
Referring to his.
referring to a penis.
Okay, yes.
Right? And then Taz was like, well, if you got a Colossus hammer equipped on yourself, then, she won't mind how good you look.
Oh, saying the large penis is good enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
How does
Good
he know
job,
how big-
guys.
how does
I'm
he-
just maybe I'm butchering it, or maybe you guys just can't go getting it.
How does he know how big his William's penis is?
What?
Okay, this is getting weird, bro. Getting weird. Let's
As
go
opposed to when it's not.
Yeah,
to
William's
topic.
penis is at least plus 10, plus 10.
Back to topic. Back to topic. Okay. So we're gonna go back to topic. We're gonna do the event. We're gonna do it in February.
Yeah, we can lock it in.
All right, February. So maybe like 2 weeks from now. All right. We just need 8 minimum. So there's 3 here. So 5 who wants to join us. We'll pick a day. Is NAM open on Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we do it Saturday then. All right. We do it on Saturday night. And then we'll push it on.
Sure. Saturday night's not bad because we've
Yeah.
got draft on as well, so we can have draft running and thing on the side.
Yeah.
That's all right. I love
But
that.
draft will be jealous because we are the cool kids with the burgers. They don't have any burgers.
I like my draft crew, but I think I'll just make them buy burgers that night as well.
We'll just get them to come down with Commander Deck.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have Commander Deck.
What I'll do is I'll do a military style like ping pong draft where if you just come to the shop, I'll just you might randomly have to buy a burger out of whether it's your choice or not. So just come not eating food. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have eaten, you still have to pay the $25, $30.
Because at the moment we've moved Burger Boy from Wednesdays to Mondays to see if we can capitalize a bit more on that. Because our Wednesdays, it's kind of gross. Wednesdays have been traditionally very quiet all the time. So like for the last few months, like we do Highlander on there, and then the boys used to do this when a lot of like the Warhammer fantasy stuff and other things used to happen. But a lot of those guys have migrated. The tabletop stuff has migrated to other days, and then so the Wednesdays have been a bit quieter. So we moved the Wednesdays Burger Boy to Monday. Because then Nem can do the deep clean and all that kind of stuff after. Like we're super proud of our passes at the health inspections. Nem's got 99.9 one time, and every other one's been 100, which is like exceptional.
Yeah.
Like apparently, Kieran, who comes to Highlander and like Magic Draft and stuff like that, he works at the health inspection thing, and apparently they talk about how good Nem's kitchen is down there. Like he told us that
It's
they
pretty exceptional.
yeah, it's like
Damn.
getting the hundreds regularly is pretty.
Before I worked on the boards, I worked in kitchens basically my entire life. And you see some shit.
You know how like we have underneath
Ew.
the burger, we have that piece of checker like paper to make it look nice. What I wanted to do was copy make a copy of our health inspection and have that as the piece of paper underneath. Because then when you're eating, you can be like, oh, this guy's got 100 on their health inspection. I thought that's a health fun idea.
That's fun.
But it costs a lot of money to get. Like, it's a very specific kind of paper that's health, like you can have put food on, and it costs a lot of money to put custom things on.
It's okay. You get a sticker, mate.
But I like the idea.
sticker.
Oh yeah, true.
Sticker's
or like
cheaper.
a little flag that goes on top of your burger that says 100%
sticker is cheaper. So you can hand out stickers, and then they can stick it like
on their car.
I don't know
on a deck box.
Oh, true.
Yeah, marketing. So stickers would cost you what? 10, 20 cents each, right?
The maddest thing, I've always I do stuff. There's lots of stuff we don't get around to. We should have Burger Boy food tokens. It makes the most amount of sense in the entire world.
Yeah. Hold on, step by step first. We do this Commander one first. Get it done. All right.
Where is it? Is it America where they?
I'll find
it?
a date.
Yeah.
I'll lock on a date, and then we'll put it out for sale.
Okay.
We'll put it out for sale.
Okay.
We'll talk to you. I'll talk to both of you about the pricing.
This is William's stamp of approval.
This is
my
Does
my
that mean
event.
William's going to come down and play Magic with us?
Yeah,
I'm
told you.
going to take a photo of William and use his face for advertisement.
We talked about it earlier. Here is like I like the ASMR. My version of ASMR is William playing one of my decks and him like discovering the workability of the things. He's like, woo! I like
The
nothing
noises he
fills me
makes.
with greater joy as William looks at my cards, thinks I'm fucking insane, and then realizes like the through line that I've created. And he's like, oh!
Yeah. I don't manage some combos like on some lands too. Like I didn't even know it. Like, I could use the land, bounce it back the land, and put it back again.
Yeah, like I put together Garv, which is the black, green, white guy who makes and creates tokens and 1/1 counters on him. I used to play it when I played back at Gamagori in the day, and I took it apart then because we only played Battle Cruise and Magic, and it was actually pretty gross. Like I'd play things with like the enchantments where whenever you a creature of yours dies, everyone has to sacrifice a creature, and for that at that time, it was too much, so I pulled it apart. But I put it back together, and Will was playing it tonight, and I feel like I'm quite good at building decks, like constructing them, but not as good at playing them. So I like to give them to people like William or like Matt Forrester, and I get them to play it because they'll do stuff, and they'll be like, "Oh, it's cool, you can do this," and I'm like, "Yeah, I tell you." And then it does that.
It's not bad. I like it.
So speaking about Magic,
Yeah.
because at this point now the Boardcast is just the Magic cast, right?
Well, we're a hobby shop, so it's Warhammer and Magic.
Yeah.
That's like the cornerstones of the two things. That
One
happen
Piece
here,
Nets
right?
is next week.
I
So-
assume someone from the community has been noticing that my like beautiful Fallout Magic collection -1 card.
Oh.
Dude, how weird was it tonight, right? All
All
right.
right.
Anyway,
Wait. Let me tell you the story. Let me tell
right.
my part first.
Go.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I was going to the toilet, take a key,
What did you do on the toilet?
go pee. So I go to take the key, head out the door,
he whips out his Colossus hammer.
and then while heading out the door, turning to the right, turning to the left. Sorry. On
There's a lot
the
of descriptions here.
on the table outside of Northern Boards, there's like a subway table, right?
From actual Subway.
Oh, okay. And then on the table, there is an envelope, a yellow envelope printed with Kang Lee, Northern Board's address.
Yeah.
And
There was a letter
and a
addressed for me.
proper label and everything is sealed. I picked it up. I was like, the heck?
I'm honestly surprised it didn't get stolen.
And then I was surprised to see. I put it down, go to the toilet, done, come back, tell Kang,
Yeah.
there's a letter out for you. And then Kang's like, what? And then Kang went out, and then your story.
Yeah. Anyway, part 2.
I like how most of William's input was about how he went to the toilet.
Yeah. The entire, just your takeover was just, I had to go pee.
It has to be like described. Where was it found?
All right. So I go outside. I find a letter addressed to me. It's just no one is outside. It's just a letter and me outside.
Wait, didn't William find the letter?
Yeah, I found a letter.
Yeah, but I had to go outside to pick it up, mate.
Yeah, I
Oh,
told
you
him.
just told him?
Yeah, I
You
told
didn't
him.
touch it?
I didn't
My
touch
favorite
it.
part is William didn't
I
even
did
grab
touch
it.
it. I picked it up.
Yeah.
Remember? I described it. I picked it up. I was like, what the heck? And I put it down.
William's like, I don't want to get whatever disease is attached to this level.
William picked it up. Oh, maybe it could have anthrax in it. Puts it back down. Anyway, I pick it up, sees it is addressed to me, and I'm like, cool. It might be explosives.
It's in the letter.
Very thin explosives.
Yeah, I'm like, any moment now, this could be poisoned and I die.
Or it could be a mission. Should you accept?
I'll open it. My curiosity is significantly stronger.
Wait.
than
Okay. Fast forward. Open it. Done. And then what was it?
You were so descriptive, William, and now you just like cut to the chase.
Yeah, we need more description of the toilet door.
But anyway, I opened the letter, and inside is the Fallout Sequelaire Mana Vault, which is the
foil version.
foil. All right, it is the final last card that I need for my collection, and it's also worth like $2,000.
So we assuming
Caveat.
it's a podcast listener? Are we assuming that?
I'm assuming.
Wait. Hold
it
on.
has to be someone.
If you are the one who gave this card to Kang, you need to explain, like, you need to describe what you put in as well. You will get a free entry to the Burgers and Commanders.
That's your name. That's your running name for the event.
Burger Commander.
Come on, mate.
That's it.
You have until end of the podcast to come up with a fun, witty name.
Burg-a-mander.
Burger Commander girl.
You can't use that anymore.
Burg-a-mander.
Danny came up with that one.
Burger
You have
Commander.
until-
Burger Commander.
No. You have to come up with a fun Commander Burger themed name for the event, and you have to do it by the end of the podcast. All right.
Burger Commander.
He just adds an A in the middle and he steals it from me.
All right. So anyway, I open the envelope and I get this card that I've been chasing for a while. It's kind of this like golden grail, holy grail card. And we look at it and I was very, very shocked for a moment, right? I was like, holy shit. What's the catch? What is the catch? Anyway, it wasn't real. The card isn't real.
It's an exceptionally good copy.
It's
though.
a very, very good proxy, right? Great copy of the card. I still am incredibly grateful for whoever left it for me. It's really, really
Free
cool.
entry,
and once
baby.
again, it goes straight into my deck. So it goes straight into
folder.
my binder, my collection, and it sits there and it completes the set. And in my mind, it's close enough. But also, it has to be either a podcast listener or a regular goer from the Northern Boards community.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
if
really-
you are a podcast listener, you get a free entry.
But anyone could just claim they did it.
No.
What if this is like
wait,
a
hold on.
Sparta thing
Wait.
where everybody claims they did it?
Hold on.
Yeah, I had 7 people.
Wait.
be like, hey.
Hold on. There is a trick. You have to describe what it was packed, what sleeve was in on. Was it with top loader or not?
Okay.
Yeah. See.
Oh, it's like a,
Well, you
like a
already
lost phone.
just gave it away that it was sleeve and a toplet.
Hey, I didn't say. I say whether it was.
They can tell
whether
us
or
what
not.
color the envelope was.
Yeah, if you can just describe to me the
And the
envelope
sleeve
color
as well.
and the
What need the
sleeve
color? Yeah. Whether there's an inner sleeve or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. See. See.
And if you're wrong, we'll ban you.
No, if you can't do it in one, like,
Wait, this is when the authentic guy that actually gave it to me was like, "Oh fuck, I can't remember what I put it in."
There's just another guy called Kang Lee who's lost his card.
Yeah, I set myself up. Oh, thank you, Kang. What are you for the cards?
all right, that's pretty good. I like it.
But very, very thoughtful. Very cool gift, actually.
The fact that the proxy was that good,
Yeah, it caught us for a second, right?
Yeah.
we have to, like, we do when we're buying packs. Like, do you have to be much more vigilant now?
Okay. If you give it more than like that brief look, you can tell it's fake. There's a lot of noticeable
It's very
signs.
simple. Like, if you have held magic cards a lot,
Yeah.
when you hold it, you know it.
The immediate moment I
It's
held it,
very
the immediate
simple.
moment you look at the actual how clear the printing is, and especially the back of the card, so the coloration and the clarity,
And also
was wrong.
the paper, the what's it called?
Yeah, the
quality.
cardstock.
Like the tensile of it, yeah. Because I'm colorblind, so that I have to make sure that when I'm checking out cards, that I spend a bit more time looking at how the printing looks.
To be
and stuff
honest,
like that.
most of the to test whether it's fake or not is from touch.
yeah.
It's very
That's
simple.
especially a huge part of
So,
testing like old revised cards.
I think me and my friends bought a couple of fake Flesh and Blood cards
yeah.
from from China or whatever. The front 1-to-1.
Intentionally to see what they're
Yeah,
like.
intentionally to just
Is
to
it
check.
kind of like scouting, so you see what the fake ones
correct?
look like, so,
So
you
we
can have an idea
know
if you get
how
caught with
to
them?
we will go by list, right? So front 1-to-1.
Really?
Can't tell.
Fakes
Back-
these days.
Easy. When you feel it, like the back, you can feel it.
So is that they've spent money replicating the front, but just didn't give?
They can't do the back.
Interesting.
Yeah, they can't do the back.
But if they have the technology to do the front, what's the difference with the back?
No, it's just that the back. It's how do I put it? Like, you know that magic on the green mana symbol.
There's a lot of
There's a tree
s-
like the print dots.
There's a lot of exact like features and specific, really hard to capture. Like only the authentic printers can capture
Correct.
the level of clarity. A lot of the times, especially with the highly patented stuff, like there's a lot of patterns on it. Fortunately, most card games these days come with a lot of security features you can use to verify. Fakes are getting better and better and better. 90% of fakes are really bad. And then there's a small subset of 10% of fakes which do slide through. But generally speaking, anyone with enough experience will be able to catch it.
Yeah, once you touch it, you know it.
Yeah.
Simple as that. In the sleeve, like if you put that Flesh and Blood card, like a legendary card, right, or a favorite card into a sleeve, you can't tell the
Yeah.
difference. It's good for play, I guess, to run like to save money.
So what I'm going to do here at nights, like for Commander, I'm just going to de-sleeve every opponent's card and just feel it.
Yeah.
And just see, like, then I'll bully them if it's fake.
It tastes different as well.
It could be like Jared's like proxy Commander deck, which is just all anime boobies.
Yeah.
So we tried that front 1-to-1 Flesh and Blood, only Flesh and Blood. It's pretty close.
But I've handled like fake cards and real Magic cards. I generally have a pretty good sense of capturing for fakes. There's a lot of like certain things where like William was mentioning the green mana symbol at the back of a Magic card. If you use a jeweler's loop and you look in far enough, you can use that to verify real or fake. There's a lot of security features in a Magic card, like I
have a USB loop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 times.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah,
Just to
so I can
verify?
scan. Yeah, no, to see grading quality as well. So before I sell like a high end card, so like
I just imagine William like with a desk lamp on a wooden desk with this eye loop thing, just like I don't know.
no, you don't need to. You just move the card and you just look at the computer screen. Yeah.
You just got to get close enough. And
What
detail
else could
enough.
you? You could do some cool shit.
So I have an
bugs and
app.
shit.
I have an app with to see the centering as well. So what it does is it takes photo and then you just move the guide to the
Oh, so you see how centered the card is?
and then it'll tell you like if you pay.
Oh, is that how you like grade them?
Correct. If you pay for the premium version, which is a one-off payment, they'll tell you like pre-grading. So Beckett will give you 9, PSA will give you 10, and CGA will give you 10, kind of thing. So they'll tell you like, oh, this is.
I saw that collector in Bayswater. They're doing grading now.
Yeah.
Do you have to? Is there like a grading central where like for them to be graders?
No. So you buy what you do is you as a grader, right? What you do is you take in bulk, and then when you ship in bulk, you get the bulk discount. But you charge your customer the normal price, so you make the difference.
So explain.
Okay, so there's a bulk, submission. So if you submit 500 cards and above, you get a special price.
For grading.
Yes, correct. So
Okay.
you're pretty much consolidating like 20, 30 people.
Oh, so they're not doing the grading themselves.
No.
They just send
They
someone else to
send
get
it.
graded.
They consolidate and then they send.
So
And
how
one-
do they make the cut for sending it off?
Like I said.
Oh, people pay to have it sent off.
No. Hear me out. So there's a bulk discount. So imagine like you buying from your supplier, right?
Yeah.
There's a bulk discount. And then you make the margin when you sell retail, right?
Yeah.
So they sell retail, but when they submit, they pay the bulk discount. So let's say the bulk discount is $30, but the normal retail is $45 to
Gotcha.
grade one card. So they make the $15.
So even though they're the collector, they're doing it themselves. It's really they're just sending to like PSA or
Correct.
something.
Of course. They can't know what it's
But anyway, I do recommend going back to the talking about like fakes and real cards. I do recommend every like card game player as you start purchasing better and better cards to it's really easy to look up how to verify if a Magic card is real or fake. It's just. And even like without a jeweler's loop, even the way you feel, but I do recommend getting a jeweler's loop because you can see like the clarity of like the printing, the ink layers.
Oh, I should
the
post
green
that cool
dot in the
graphic
back.
you've got that runs you through all the.
I
alpha
have
and
one
beta
from the
stuff.
past that I've used a lot. But if you're buying newer Magic cards, the biggest certainty that a card is real or fake is the holo stamp. There's under every rare mythic, there's that Magic holo
oval
stamp,
down the bottom,
the oval on the bottom, or if it's Universe Beyond, it's a triangle. That stamp is actually very hard to fake. There is a lot of like convincing fakes, but no one can ever get it to the same level. If you take a real Magic card and look at the holo stamp, you should be able to go through it and see all the mana symbols in that holo stamp. In the same way that, when you verify like if cash is real or not,
Yeah.
if you hold it through lights and stuff, you can see different printings, layers. Same thing with a holo stamp. So newer Magic cards are quite hard to fake convincingly. It's why most fake Magic cards tend to be before the holo stamp was introduced. So especially when you're buying things like dual lands.
Yeah. Like, I really like that of the holo stamp because it came out in like maybe 2012, 2013 when they started printing it. But because of the colorblindness, so I remember it was a big deal for me in Journey to Nyx and Born of the Gods because those symbols are really have a lot of like shape to them and they're really thin, and I can't tell the difference between like silver and gold because of the colorblind, especially when it's that close together. So I could never tell which of those were rares and which ones are uncommons in those little symbols.
Okay.
When I was like sorting cards for binders and stuff, even back then, sometimes I would let rares would go through into like the chaff box because I thought it was a grey, like it's a grey, it's an uncommon card, it's not a rare card. And then someone would be like, oh, this one's worth like $4 or $5, $10. I'm like, oh shit, I've lost it. Like I do it happen all the time. And when we open up Northern Boards, I went through, because, I've got like 20 years of collecting in Magic cards now. I went through a bunch of those binders and a bunch of stuff had jumped in price and I didn't realize were actually rares the whole time that I thought the commons and uncommons I just not worried about in the past at all.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so
GG.
But it was a good little treasure hunt at the time because I just sat with someone who wasn't colorblind.
I like it though.
And they picked out the ones that were
so
good.
recently, like Fateless Looting got unbanned, right?
Yeah.
So I
From
kept,
Modern, right?
Yeah. So I kept a lot of those
It went up a bunch in
Strixhaven
price, did it not?
foils and edge foils.
Oh, all the archives, or whatever they're called?
Yeah, it's not archive, the Japanese ones too.
Oh,
so they're
yeah.
like $80 each now.
Holy moly.
I was like,
Whoa,
it was
the
like
Japanese
$2.
faithless
That,
photo.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, so shit. I just put in a photo, and I was like, $80. Let's go.
I think we touched on the Tom one, right? Because I have a bunch of the lightning bolts and the dark rituals. But, and you said you got a full set, eh?
I have a set at home. Yeah. I collected the Mystical Archive set.
Fancy boy.
The
It's quite a big one, right? The archives.
It's a fairly substantial set. Yeah, but it's really satisfying. They got a bunch of Japanese artists who do really cool art for that set.
Yeah.
The speaking about unbannings and stuff, we have the combination of a while back we had Mana Crypt getting banned. So we had a lot of the other mana rocks like Mana Vault, Goblin Price. But then recently in Modern, they unbanned Mox Opal as well.
Yeah.
And Mox Opal is a 0 mana rock that is played in effectively all the formats it can be allowed. So now Mox Opal is like $300.
Yes.
Wow, the double one punch of like Mox, the banning of Mana Crypt and the unbanning of Modern. Boom, bam, just price shot up to the moon.
Did you have a few Mox Opals? I assume because they weren't terribly hard to come by.
I do actually.
There was a funny time I look back, like say 2018, 2019, when those cards were like $25, $30.
Yeah. But I use them, so it's all right.
Yeah.
But that's why like the prices go up because the people that have them are using them.
Yeah, I don't mind. Like, I don't have play set, but I do have a couple of copies, I think. I don't know how many I have, but
I have the opinion it's more exciting to have unbans than bans.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I get that. So most of the times bans happen, their bans ban a boring card so that it stops like some sort of egregious like combo happening in whatever format that it's in. So usually it's not even it's like the oppressive card that's getting banned. It's just banning something that creates.
It is funny you have oppressive cards like Jace the Mind Sculptor
Yeah.
that eventually get unbanned. I wonder if we wait long enough, eventually One Ring gets unbanned.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
it will.
Yeah.
Can't be that bad.
It'll get power corrupt, you know what I mean? Eventually it'll be 2 rings. It'll be rings of
The
power.
rings like the elven rings, the 3 rings.
What other like
Is that what the Amazon show
Ring
is
of
about?
Power, yeah.
Rings of Power, yeah.
That's pre-Sauron?
Yes.
it's like
when
creation of Sauron.
Sauron is like growing in power.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like you can see
What's Sauron again?
He's an elf.
He's an elf.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's a formation of what's the name? Mordor.
Yes, correct, yeah.
Yeah, you can see like how Mordor was formed. Like it was a really good scene though.
It starts with like I don't think it's a spoiler, but it's like it starts with him
Bro,
as
if
an
you're not
elf.
watching it, it's too late.
Yeah. It starts
Yes,
with
spoiler, Sauron dies.
he starts as an elf and like not necessarily a bad guy, but kind of like falls into being a bad guy without. He's one of those like anti-heroes where he doesn't think he's the bad guy until at some point he turns around and he's like, oh fuck, I'm the bad guy.
Yeah. He gets too caught up in his own, I believe in what I'm doing.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. This is Similarian?
Yes. Yeah. There's quite a lot. It's
Are you Team Sauron?
no, I like the good guys. I'm a good guys guy. I'm a good
Nah,
guys
no
guy.
Sauron, bro. No Sauron.
Sauron for my commander deck.
Are you
Wait,
Team Elves or Team
just-
Dwarves?
elves.
Yeah, for Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to put this out there, right? So we don't know who our listeners are exactly.
I do. I know every single one of you. And
Just 1 or 2 maybe, not exactly. But if you are a store owner, a hobby,
Are we
maker,
transitioning over to the next topic?
you know, if you want to join the podcast, send us a message.
Yeah, if our podcast goes
open
wide
invite.
enough,
Anybody who wants to be on it can be on it.
Yeah. Who's it? Don't be so easy, bro.
you know, some of my favorite episodes to listen back on are the guest episodes.
Yeah.
When you have someone bring in like a fresh perspective, bring in a new level of energy, it's kind of fun. It's good fun.
Yeah, I like it.
So do you listen to the ones you aren't on, or you
Nope.
listen to none of them?
No,
I don't listen.
Okay, cool. We talked a bit of shit last week, and Kang said you listened to the ones we.
Yeah, I thought you listened.
No.
Back on the ones you're not on.
So
Maybe I
it
should
just-
try.
Just means I can
just-
continue to talk shit about William.
It's okay. You can talk shit about me.
So how did you know about the one with Tom being you?
No, I didn't listen to that.
What?
What? What are you talking about? What Tom Big
You
Me?
mentioned it. We had an episode where we had Tom masquerade as you the entire time.
No.
I just referred to him as William the entire time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I like how you wondered how he knew, but he still didn't know. It's like three
Inception.
inceptions of not knowing.
Now I'm confused. 'cause you mentioned
confused. Did I?
it. Yeah.
Or did Tom mention it?
You mentioned it and you were
Was
like,
it William or
you were
William as
aware
Tom?
of the
Or Tom
episode.
as William?
What?
All right, well,
This is deja
much for me.
vu.
I have a present for you, William.
What?
I bought you a special game.
What game?
I bought you a Monopoly.
What the heck is what Penang? What?
I thought when I ordered it, it was more Malaysia
So
based.
it's Monopoly
But-
Penang edition.
So okay, let me give you like a rundown on Penang, right?
Penang's in Malaysia.
Yes, Penang is an island.
Yep.
Okay, it's not an island. It's an island, and it's.
Hold on.
separated
Do you
to-
like a gift?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Let me explain. Let me
You did a
explain.
good job. He loves it.
Okay, so Penang.
Now, let me take a photo of William with his hands up in the air with his new
Monopoly Penang.
So Penang, it's a state which consists of mainland and island.
Okay.
So it's like a small part in
Have they got a
mainland.
big fuck off bridge?
Yes.
Yeah, sick.
Yes.
That's what I would do.
There's a bridge.
See, I'm
So-
a city planner.
So to live in
How do you
Penang,
connect two landmasses? Bridge.
okay, listen here. To live in Penang, there's two very, very, how would I put it? Like
Class
Like
difference.
class.
yes,
Okay,
classes.
okay.
So mainland,
Yeah.
cheap. Island, expensive.
Okay, that makes
Resort.
sense. Yeah.
So to live in Island, you gotta be rich.
The people on the island are like, we're not land manlanders, land miners.
when they say they're from Penang,
They
so like,
separate it off.
They'll say, "Are you island or mainland?"
They ask.
Yeah, they
you
ask.
You just at like Malaysia's version of Woolies, and like you're getting your chips for the day. And
So it's like,
Nice.
are
There's
you
two lines.
island or mainland? So if you're mainland, like, oh, okay.
you have to go stand in this line over here.
So like island, like
when sitting on a bus, where
because the property prices in the island is crazy. It's really
Is it
expensive.
a resort style state? Like a
No. It's a lot of like it's very Singapore. Like a lot of like condominiums.
What
like high-rise.
what makes Penang notable? What is its main thing?
It's surrounded by sea.
what I really liked on the front of the box.
You know what I mean? The
I'll-
whole
I'll post
Malaysia
these
is surrounded by
photos.
sea.
Yeah.
But it has its own Perth boathouse that is our
yeah.
one and only tourist attraction.
You want to
for
walk in there,
Perth.
you can probably like get like tetanus or something. Pierced by some.
Why those colors as well?
It's like a heritage.
Hand me the book.
What's it called?
Okay, so Monopoly Penang and the cover art is like cool, fun, trendy things you can do in like Southeast Asia. You know what I mean? You got like rainforests, fishing,
Bro,
biking,
rainforest
scenes,
is
sights.
everywhere in Malaysia, bro. What are you talking about?
I thought I was ordering a more Malaysia,
Alright.
like broad, but apparently it's just Penang.
I guess now I have to quit. Yeah, why is it Monopoly Penang? How
I
did you
don't
get, how
know,
did you
it's
get
so,
this?
It's so
Because
specific.
it's a very
like saying
touristy place.
Oh, it's a touristy. That's
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
thing. That's what I was asking. But it's tourism.
Yeah,
Penang.
it's tourism because everybody go there to like eat
Yeah.
and see
This
stuff
is-
because it's like
this
a
is the-
heritage stuff,
this
heritage
is-
area.
This is the equivalent of if someone in the US got Monopoly Adelaide. And I was like, what is Adelaide?
It's funny you say that because the reason I came across that was because we were looking through the different monopolies and there was a Monopoly Parramatta.
Where the fuck is Parramatta?
It's a suburb in Sydney.
What the? Oh my god!
It's just a regular ass suburb.
What are they going to put on the board?
I don't know.
Anyway, William, I want to quiz you on Penang.
Alright.
What is Comta?
Oh, it's like a tall building, like a shopping mall.
Ooh,
It's a shopping mall.
Shopping mall and an office, yeah.
But it made it to the
So
Monopoly.
it usst to be the tallest building in Penang.
It used to be.
Yeah.
It got out tall.
Yeah, definitely. It's very old.
we want to play this? You want to play Monopoly?
Should we play Monopoly while we cast?
What? So the most expensive land is Comta.
Yeah, the tower.
Fort Cornwall.
So
Have you
is,
been- have you
is it a
been?
bit out of date, this Monopoly?
Yeah.
Have you been to
At
Penang?
least I thought.
Comta?
No, have you been? Oh, yeah, sure.
I haven't found your daughter's Del Toro quest books yet. I've been to
looking. Penang. Penang is really
Hey, we
good
have
for their
some-
food.
I thought maybe you could play this with your daughters. You could teach them a bit of math along the way, and they can learn about
This-
the homeland of Malaysia.
What about listeners? Angus was like, "Oh man, I got a full set of Del Toro quest books." I don't know if he.
Well, Angus, fucking give them to me
I don't know if
so
he
I
meant
can
they
give
were
them
for
to
sale or
William.
not. But
Penang is famous for its food.
Oh.
Like top tier. Like if you have top tier.
I'm
It's-
quite a foodie boy. So
This is top tier of the top tier.
What's the like Malaysian meal? What's the
Because it's such a multicultural
Rice.
place, right? So everything is mixed.
who guys invaded you guys? Was it the French?
We have the Portuguese, the
Oh, okay.
British,
Yeah.
Japanese.
Oh, you guys got fucked.
Yeah, we got what's
I guess
Not
the
a lot.
Chinese as
The
well.
Dutch?
Not a lot
Technically,
of
right?
military
no
there.
Chinese. Chinese work as the people who make the rail lines
Oh, we economically took
But
over.
isn't there like
and mines as well.
isn't there like native Malaysian people?
Yes, of course.
So then, if you're Chinese Malaysian, are you just not?
No, we're not native because we came here for the mining and railroad.
Don't look at me, Danny. I don't know.
But if you're not from there and then you came there, that means you also invaded, right?
Not invaded. Like you came for opportunities.
Ah.
Invading is like
Just like the British,
they came-
they came for opportunities.
no, they came and invade. They really invaded us. So that's why we're Commonwealth, right?
It's all economical takeover.
So the
This
Dutch,
is like
What I'm struggling to see is the difference between
Yeah,
what you're
yeah.
saying and what I'm saying.
this is like saying the South Africa, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, white South Africa. Oh, we just took over and
Yeah,
provided.
the Dutch
opportunities
only went there for
Yeah.
opportunities.
for the mines and the trade.
So what's your? Well, I don't know if William's angrily texting me to shut up or if
Yeah,
he's
Williams pull up
Googling
the
something.
Wikipedia history.
all right. So, okay. So we have the Dutch, Portuguese, British, and then Japanese. I think that should be it. I think.
Dude, I just assume that Southeast Asia
Because
just had everything.
why
come through.
why they came is because of the spice.
Yeah,
and the
'cause
trade routes.
the trades.
Yeah,
the,
because
the mo-
we are in the
you're in that trade route.
Yeah, the trade
between
route, yeah.
like when they before from Europe to Asia, basically.
Hey,
right?
does the Bermuda Triangle still exist? Is that a
yeah
thing?
still exists.
Yeah, it's not a real thing. It's just an area on the world. It was just myths around
Yeah.
the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, but I think it was because in the early days, though, like their radar, because the radar was bad in
Hmm.
early technology, just didn't reach out that far. But like, do we still lose shit in the Bermuda Triangle?
Nah,
I don't know.
no.
Okay, this is a homework. Go home. Go now. Oh, okay, do it now.
I
Do
can
it now.
do it now. What do you
All right,
mean?
fine.
Was it Amelia Earhart who got
What?
lost in the Bermuda Triangle?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, really? Was she found or
she
she's-
crossed. Missing.
I googled
Cross Atlantic.
Bermuda Triangle is still a thing? Question mark.
What? Why are you asking about Bermuda Triangle?
I don't know. I just thought about it when we were talking about Malaysia being a place.
Yeah.
Is it near Malaysia?
No.
Wait, was it mainly India where all the spices were from, or was it just most of Southeast Asia? Was it most of like Middle East?
No.
I'm not history enough to know.
What do you mean? What spices? What do you mean?
Because when I think of the spice trade, I'm thinking India.
Well,
back in the day.
Well, Malaysia still have spice. We have spice.
True. Yeah, it was all that.
Yeah. So everywhere.
Europeans just came through
It's
and
just
like,
that
oh my god,
India
spices.
is not in a very good strategic place. That's it.
Yeah, there's not a lot of defense.
No. I'm talking about trade routes, not defense. I thought, what the heck?
Yeah, it's kind of out of the way, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because modern day now is always good
All
for
right,
the
all
So
right.
the Silk Road went like towards like the Arabic states and then
I don't
into
have
Europe.
much battery, but I can show you.
Singapore's money comes from the fact that they're in a key crucial
All right.
trade route.
Singapore. Why Singapore is so great? Because it.
Wait, are we talking about Singapore or Malaysia?
Well,
Singapore is great because it's in a trade route. Malaysia,
No.
just
Stop.
slightly off.
Malaysia. Everything was Malaysia then. Malaya, and then Singapore came around, and because Singapore was at the tip, it was a better position than the previous port
Okay.
in Malaysia.
So was it one place and then they broke apart?
Not yeah. Okay, so you see?
William's got a map out. He's
Okay, so-
he's lecturing us.
So to go to Asia, right, you have to
Okay.
go through this place right here, this channel. All right. So Malaysia used to be here in a place called Malacca. So
Okay.
that's the port right here. So this was the port right here, Malacca. Can you see the Malacca word?
sure.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
you guys want to follow along, you're Googling the word Malacca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull up a map.
and that was the port where everybody stops.
Yeah, pull over your car.
Is that where
And
they like
Google
the
Maps
cool Asian
Malaysia.
pirates were back in the day?
Parrots.
Yeah.
What parrots?
Pirates.
Oh, pirates.
Yeah, the Chinese had the most pirates.
Yeah, they're pirates. Yeah.
Did we?
And then,
I don't know.
And
Yeah.
then when Singapore was formed, Singapore was at a better location.
Didn't
at
we
the
invent
end.
sales? That might be it.
Yeah, so people would stop here and then go up to
I like you said we, like you somehow claim. Like you had some part
like,
in it.
to like Vietnam,
Yeah,
China,
the
and
oldie
everything,
king.
right? And Japan, yeah. So that was a better location.
So what was the national meal of Malaysia?
because it's so multicultural.
Oh yeah! You asked one question, we got 7 fucking history lessons.
So because it's so multicultural, right? Hey, look, last year at this timing, we talk about culture in Malaysia because of New Year, right?
Year,
So now
right.
we're back again in culture again. Woohoo!
Oh,
Run full circle.
wait,
Okay.
it hasn't been a full year, so how
I
come?
know, just to get it is.
As you can tell, we clearly have so
Because
much
Chinese
content.
New Year's 29th this year, right?
It changes, right? Yeah.
Yes, correct. So because it's so multicultural, there is a lot of like the meal of Malaysia.
So what is it?
Just
Or is it
many
just not,
things.
there's not one?
Yeah, it's no one.
Oh, okay.
Damn it,
So
we
many
just-
things. Like
we
10,
got all the way through and there wasn't an
There's
answer.
not a real
It's
answer.
like 10, 20 probably.
What's your favorite?
As a, like,
No,
Yeah,
I
okay,
don't have
okay.
one favorite.
Oh, but what is the Australian national meal?
ooh.
Sausage sizzle.
Oh, budding sausage sizzle?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
the national? Like this is on the flag?
Probably like surf and turf.
Surf and turf?
Yeah, it's like, you know,
Surf and turf is Australian?
well, I think it's a very indicative of
very,
Australian
like,
food.
classic
You're
pub
adding the
Aussie food.
turf, which is the beef, and the surf, which is the seafood, and you're smashing it together, which is very like Australian uncouth of just like
You take the
you
beef
just slap
that
the
we
things
have
together,
cattle
yeah.
and you take the put a shrimp on a barbie.
So
and you
what
slap
is
them
your
together.
version like of Australian like?
national Australian food?
Yeah.
Like the standout?
Yeah, what do you think?
I don't
Mrs.
know,
Max
Vegemite.
pies. Vegemite.
Well, we have Marmite. So what's the
Nah,
difference?
not the same.
All right.
I guess we don't really have a thing, right?
Nah, because let's say America, you just think burger.
Black Angus is an Australian cow.
True.
That's very like
Like if
indicative
you
of,
think
like-
Japan, you think sushi.
Yeah.
You know, you think
Do you know?
think
reckon they-
Mexico, you think
reckon they-
tacos.
You know, they found a bunch of evidence that shows that sushi was invented in China.
I don't know.
don't know if that's just like
I'm gonna give it a
Chinese propaganda.
shrug because
Everything
realistically,
is made in China.
like that whole area really wasn't just countries. It was just separate,
Just a bunch of people doing
various
things.
people doing things. You know what I mean?
So yeah, can't give you the exact.
If I'm
Pinpoint.
like, because I work with a lot of guys who are Indian, like through my trucking business stuff. So when Diwali comes around, I say like happy Diwali.
Hey, what's Diwali?
It's like there's like their version, their big celebration they do,
Yeah.
kind of like their version. of
Festival
China.
of Light, yeah.
It's not. Yeah, it's a festival of light. It's like not so much of a New Year thing, but it's just like the thing they celebrate, right? It's like their biggest one of the year calendar event. If I learn what day Chinese New Year is, and I say Chinese Happy New Year to you,
Yeah.
do I say Happy Chinese New Year or just say Happy New Year? Do you guys have regular New Year?
In
or is
our,
that New
in
Year?
our language, we just say Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You can just Happy New
Is
Year.
that
it's
when the
fine.
year changes from one year to the next?
I guess
Yes,
it goes back. It
because
does, yeah.
the year is still the year of the dog now. I think
This year is the year of the snake.
snake. No, not yet.
Oh, yes.
It's still the year the
yeah.
previous,
Previous
year,
one,
the current year. Yeah.
And-
so it's not year snake.
And
yet.
that's based more on the moon cycle, right?
it goes with
yeah.
the constellation.
Because regular calendar years don't make any sense.
Correct.
Because
We
it's just
don't.
like the
The New Year
Romans
doesn't
just added
start
shit
till
in.
the New Year doesn't start till like X amount of full moons. That's why the Chinese New Year changes, right? Because it's based off the moon.
yeah.
And
That's
if
why
I
it's also
say Happy
called-
New Year to you on Chinese New Year,
Yeah.
do I just look like a white guy
No.
being a weeb?
No.
Or
No,
it's like
it's
acceptable?
good. It's acceptable. Yeah.
Every one of my people would.
I'm
Just,
going to write that in my calendar.
every one of my people, when like you have someone say Happy New Year, it's like, oh, cool. Happy
Yeah.
New Year to you
Yeah,
too.
I think about that with Christmas. Like, I've got a bunch of Muslim friends also who like clearly don't celebrate Christmas, and I'm like, do I say Happy Christmas to you? Like, is
No,
this?
this is happy holidays.
It's the
Yeah.
these things always come to the intention. If your
'Cause
intention is
my
to
neighbor is a Muslim, so when it's Christmas, he wishes me Christmas, and then I wish back, oh, happy holidays.
Oh.
And then when it's eight, right? So I'll just wish eight to him. Yeah.
I think most cultures, especially even like, you know, the Muslims, every one of them, they still understand that it is a festive season. And like, if you mean well and you're just there to be like, Merry Christmas. They'll be
And I
like,
also wish
thank you.
one
Merry
month
Christmas to you."
before when they start fasting, I'll tell them like
The Ramadan, right?
Yeah, the Ramadan. I'll just wish them stay fasting or
Happy Ramadan.
happy fasting.
Happy not eating the food you want to eat.
Well, the good
to
news is
them
that
it's-
afterwards they celebrate.
Yeah,
There's
To
a true
them,
celebration
to them
afterwards.
fasting is part of the process. So
Yeah.
they want to fast. Yeah. They get buffed.
Speaking about fasting and getting buff, back in the gym, by the way.
Whoa! What are you doing? Like, what's your workout routine?
I'm doing 5 days a week at the moment.
Holy cow! No rest. So different things
No,
every
I
day?
take Monday and Tuesday off because
Okay,
I do
okay.
leg day on Sunday, and then on Monday and Tuesday my legs are like pretty cooked.
It's so strong now.
No, I've only been 2 weeks. I'm barely feeling anything right now.
Okay.
But I am eager for that 3-month newbie gains. When you go through that first, say 3 months, and your body's like rapidly adapting and just growing changingly.
Generally, if you're putting in the work, 8 weeks is when you the most achievement will occur, and that's why if you look at a lot of like online coaches and stuff, they always do 8-week programs. It's because if you're training hard, you'll see the most progress in that 8 weeks. So it's like that's when
and eventually
you'll
hit a rapid period of growth, and then you start plateauing where it gets slower and slower. But I am very eager to get to that point where at least I don't look like a slob.
So do you like also go to gym and also take care of your diet as well? Or
The dieting thing was always happening. That has been happening for the last year with me eating less and watching my calories more. But I have like lost weight to a point where I'm ready to start thinking about going to the gym more. There's little certain things where I have to be more mindful of making sure I'm getting more protein in my diet, just because eating one meal a day does mean getting the protein in is a bit harder.
get some boba protein shake.
What?
Yeah, so I'm taking
Remember,
that.
he showed us on the thing.
He did?
And then I saved that. I saved the image of my phone.
My impression of protein shakes has always been you just slam it down as fast as you can. You're not there to enjoy
Trust
it.
me.
You're just there.
If you drink boba protein shake, it's like drinking boba. What protein shake?
Isn't boba like traditionally the least healthy thing you could?
Yeah,
possibly
what's the
do?
catch?
But it's protein shake.
What's the catch? How do they make it taste good?
They just put flavor. Like it's like a.
That's the catch.
Yeah.
I've been minimizing what I spend on like lunch
It's
bars
good.
and stuff. And the other day I bought this like cookie, this like protein cookie from one of the.
Taste good?
No, it was terrible. I was real sad that I
Protein
expended
shake.
my both money and sugar that day on
Gotcha.
this thing. I was real mad.
The secret of protein shakes is that you're not there to mess around. Just get yourself chocolate flavor. It's the strong flavor that's going to mask the protein. You get it in, you're good to go. Slam it out.
No, bro. Trust me. This one, you have it once, you want it more.
Yeah. But I'm doing I've been on that like real strong, my entire like viewing all my YouTubes, all my Instagrams now. It's like go to the gym and do things in that strong motivation period right now.
My advice is pace.
Yeah.
Don't overdo it.
I'm figuring it out.
Don't lose momentum. That's the most key.
The 5
Doesn't
a
matter.
week is not unreasonable.
Okay, don't like if you think like you're done for the day, just done for the day. Don't push yourself till like
Burnout.
yeah, you burn out. That's all I
I
can
say that, but I'm pushing to failure every set.
That
Every
part's
session
important.
I'm pushing to
But I think
failure.
he's saying is like if after 40 minutes you're over it, you can leave.
Yeah, of course.
Don't push yourself over. Like I don't do gym. I just do calisthenics, right? So I just do like body weights. Everything is just body weights. So I do push-ups. So when I started, I did like 5 push-ups every day. 5 push-ups. Like
That's actually not too different from how I kind of
so
prep
when I
myself.
feel good, I go 10, and then now I do like 40-40.
So you're just maintaining.
Yeah, I'm just maintaining. Just 40-40. Do my so I keep after I'm pretty like comfortable with 40-40. 2 sets of push-ups, and then I'll add another one in.
I like because you travel a lot as well. There are things you can upkeep if you're away as well.
Yeah.
So when I was training heavily, and I was also traveling a lot for work, so I'd really have these like ons and off periods where I'm like traveling for a full month, and I have to hope that the place I'm going has a gym. And then sometimes you go to like the place in like a lot of the country towns, they have a gym, but it's pretty rough, or like there's not a lot of equipment there, or half the equipment's not working.
You can do most things with just a barbell. Sorry, dumbbells. You can do everything with dumbbells.
Yes and
effectively.
no. I like
Yeah.
to because I do I've generally very physically active. I'll do like bench and certain things on dumbbells and bars, but I like to use a lot of the machines because the control is a lot high. I like it there.
So I have this thing where I don't know if this is so the science, but I've always done this where you do a lot of your initial exercises with things like the barbells and dumbbells, and when your muscles start getting fatigued, you move to the machines where you can really kind of focus on just doing the movement and getting to failure.
If you're going from like a sports physio thing, usually you do equipment first because it warms up with less chance of injuring yourself, and then you finish with
Because for
free
me,
weights.
it's as you get tired and more fatigued, your form breaks down with the free weights. And
Yeah.
that's when I move to the machines where I worry less about the form and I focus more on just hitting the muscle.
Yes and no. Like I would say that form is always the most important thing. I would say that no matter what you're doing, the form is the most important thing because getting up the next day and being able to walk and go to work and like see your friends and eat breakfast, all that's imperative of not injuring yourself. So no matter what you lift, no matter what you're doing, the form is the one and singular focus above everything else.
The important part for me right now, and I guess obviously this is a tiny amount of time I've been to the gym so far, but that first couple months, what I really got to focus on is as I'm working on myself, I'm making sure that my joints are strengthening alongside.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been in the gym for so long, a lot of my like muscles have atrophied so much where I'm like basically starting at zero. I'm literally starting at zero. I'm talking, I'm grabbing 5 kilo dumbbells.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. And you start from zero. It's good.
And then the important part for me now is making sure that as I'm doing these things, that my joints are keeping up. Because there are little certain things where I can feel that my joints need to catch up. Like especially my left arm, or like when you do things that are really
When you say
heavy,
your joints, what do you mean?
like the elbows and shoulders, especially. So, for example, when I do shoulder press, right, I have to make sure that I do shoulder press, and I can hear that like the joints in my left arm like clicking.
Bro, that's not gym, bro.
Yeah, you also can't do anything about that.
That's like taking glucosamine.
Yeah, I'd say like glucosamine or like some sort of collagen.
Bro,
kind of thing.
that's nothing to do with gym.
Yeah. You can't fix that. That's when
I'll
you're saying
report
like
back.
like your joints are like keeping up. You can't make your joints do anything. You can't.
You can reduce injury by strengthening muscles
Around
on your
them.
around
Yeah,
your
yeah.
joints. So
I guess a better way to put it is I have to make sure that I'm going at a pace that I'm not hurting myself.
Yeah.
So like I do squats a lot, body weight squats. So
Yeah.
to me, if I can't carry my own weight,
Yeah.
that means I'm done.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So everything to me is just body weight. I'm not putting excessive weight on myself or additional
Yeah.
weight.
Those kind of exercises are perfect.
Yeah.
Like,
So
absolutely perfect.
I just
for
want to
mine.
do it for like to just strengthening like myself. So it's like I do like squats. I do like maybe 50 squats, and then I do a push-ups, and then I do crunches. That's it. Done. That's my workout every day.
I've had to adapt a lot for my workouts to kind of suit me as well. Where I guess when I was younger and I was a lot more like fitter, I could just go straight to the like, you know, chest press, go straight to dumbbells, go straight to the barbells, all that stuff like that. And then now in the position that I'm in right now, where I'm a little bit older now, I have to do a lot more exercises where I can, for example, I'm using the cables a lot more because the cables let me kind of really control the weight and how much I want to put it on.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I can kind of really just focus on form when I'm doing the cables. And that's been really just, I guess what I've learned now especially is the science around gymming has changed a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. When I was 10 years ago, the gym was very much just bros, go in the gym, hit weights, do it, done, right? And now there's a lot more science going behind of like, there's a lot more like
There's a lot more
content
real
creators.
studies that have been done
Yeah,
that
yeah,
people can refer to.
Especially like the content creators that have come out now and they talk about, hey, if you want to approach this, how to approach it on a science-based idea on how to actually target the muscles and what's actually good for you and certain things. And so much of the gym going now, and you mentioned it a while back as well, Danny, where like the young people now are so much more active than they used to be.
Yeah, significantly, yeah.
I feel like the studies behind it now, people are going into way more smarter.
The
People are hitting
consciousness
the gym way
about healthy
smarter.
living is significantly more than any of our parents have had before that. And like the younger generations coming through now in their like 13s to 15s, like being healthy and staying clean and not smoking, all that stuff is super more important to them than it has ever been before.
There's a thing that I guess a big culture shift as well is that I come from the generation of you go to the gym, each day is a dedicated muscle group, right? And I think they nicknamed it like the bro split, where each day is a split of like you do chest, you do legs, you do back, you do whatever. But now more and more science has come out where you don't have to do that way, and it's actually more about less is more.
Yeah.
And if you can actually split up between all the muscles in different days, you actually get way more like progress and recovery as well.
Well, the original split where it's like chest day, leg day, those were designed for bodybuilders on steroids. It's designed for that because you can functionally, like steroids for the most, it does a bunch of different stuff, but the main thing it does is it reduces your recovery time. So someone who's doing massive workouts like that can go to the gym in the morning and at least by the next morning, if not that same night, go back and do another part of the body.
Right.
And because that recovery time is so quick. So you're gaining so much more. Like it helps you lift bigger, helps your muscles get bigger. But the main thing is it allows you to recover quicker so that you can then hit the gym again.
It's why you can see that Sam Sulek guy on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the largest gym content creators right now. But he goes to the gym every day to figure just smash, because just the gear is just keeping him going.
Yeah.
It's helping him heal so much
Yeah,
faster.
you just recover so quickly. And like those old splits like that just they're not that functional. It's like a more calisthenics, a more what's the ones where they do all of like the running around as well?
CrossFit.
Yeah, CrossFit. Like the CrossFit approach will have a much better long-lasting effect and much more manageable as well. Because like the average person has to get up and go to work the next day, right? So you can't just afford to smash your legs out and then be wobbly all the next day.
Yeah.
You need to be able to get up and functionally do the thing you're going to do.
So talking about content creators and that science-based thing, I think we both know, me and you, Danny, there's this YouTuber called Jeff Nippard. Anyway, talking about steroids, I went to his YouTube channel. The first thing that I saw on my screen was his title, "Steroids are awesome." And I clicked on the video. he lied.
Kang was ready. Kang is ready
Yeah,
to.
steroids are not awesome. But anyway, it's like the pros of steroids are you look huge and you heal fast. The downsides are a lot. A lot.
Yeah,
I guess the big one is that we always joke about how if you do enough steroids, your heart, you get a heart attack. That's because your heart is also a muscle.
Yeah.
And then all that testosterone is also affecting the heart.
Pumping it through, yeah.
And it's just like putting way more stress on the heart. There's a lot of unspoken stuff that in the culture, more and more science and studies are coming out where like there's things like we already know that, too much steroids can cause balding because it causes your body to start releasing a hormone or it turns into some sort of hormone in your body. There's also things where studies are now finding that steroids also negatively affect the brain. And then a lot of like a significant study found that people with steroids, their brain was aging a lot faster than people that don't.
Yeah. Like
this-
guys who have naturally larger testosterone amounts, they tend to age a lot quicker and deteriorate a lot quicker. Like they're prone to injuries because like it's kind of like think of like a dog, right? Like how a dog lives like a 10, like in the wild it'd be like a 6 or 7 year old life, and now they live to like 13 because they eat like raw meat and they've got like a lot of testosterone in them and all this kind of stuff, and it just reduces them to have like harder, faster lives. So it's the whole theory of like live fast, die young. It's like for the time that they're alive, they're like an apex like hunting animal, and then they expire incredibly quickly.
Yep.
And it's the same thing that like a large amount of testosterone is doing inside
Nothing
the
ever
human body.
dies naturally in the animal kingdom.
Exactly, yeah. And so you're living like super hard
Interesting.
and then going way quickly. And like that's essentially what the additional version of testosterone inside your body is going.
And then also the steroids as well, like obviously affecting the mood negatively as well. And then I think some people will report that it feels like you're going through a new puberty, where like your body's just rapidly changing, your skin is getting all weird, and then also your mood's changing a lot. So you're just constantly like you're going through 13-year-old puberty again.
So how much steroids have you done, Kane?
0. But now
So
that
this is not an endorsement, just to confirm.
anyway, I went into this video being like, yeah, steroids, and then I went out of the video being like, maybe not.
That Jeff Nippard guy is actually really cool. He's like a science-based lifter is what they call themselves. And he takes all of the studies that he can find and will be like, look, this is what everybody says, but based on these 13 studies done on this, like just way to lift your black bicep, like do bicep curls, this is what it appears to be that has the most results.
Yeah.
And I actually really like that.
It
really
feels like
scientific
Brian
approach.
Johnson. Have you watched it?
Yeah,
I follow all the Brian Johnson.
Crazy.
But it's cool that you have people like that now. And 10 years ago when I went to the gym, you were just watching like Rich Piana videos. And Rich Piana was like, yeah, bro, I just smashed legs.
I did 600 bicep curls in one
Yeah.
day.
That's crazy how Brian Johnson is approaching like aging.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So he's aging at 0.7.
Oh, you see that? There's this tech entrepreneur guy who's convinced that he's going to try and stay alive forever.
That's the guy. he's talking
Brian
about.
Johnson.
Is it?
That's like the same guy.
Yeah.
I don't know his
Brian
name.
Johnson is the founder of Braintree.
Yeah.
Who
Is he
sold
the
to
one that
PayPal.
he's
sold to PayPal, I think. No, sold to
I thought it was one of the.
no, so a competitor of PayPal sold to someone for 400 mil, I think.
It was like Nvidia or something you sold to.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Do you want it to work out? In your head, is like, yeah, I'm kind of good for him.
Well, I think the biggest thing is like he's done a lot of the stuff with his son and his dad. So his dad's in his 70s and he's been able to de-age the father. And like a big problem that people have like is
Dementia?
Dementia. I'm talking about forgetting everything and I forget it. It's like dementia is such a big problem and such a horrible thing for elderly people to go through when you starts to break down. Like I've got some family members that are older that do have dementia. It's quite bad. And it's like they're at the point where they have to be in hospice care the entire time because they don't know who they are. They don't know who their kids are. It's like really hard to like.
It's hard on everyone.
Yeah,
right?
complete breakdown of like your brain, and it's really sad to watch people go through that. So any level of like research that's going into that, and like this guy's spending his own like millions of dollars to figure this stuff out, and he gives it away all for free on social media. So it's like people give him a lot of shit because he's like, he looks like he's in his 50s, but also he doesn't have the skin as like he's in his 50s, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you can see that he's older, but it does. What he looks a lot like is the Forerunner guys from Alien, the Prometheans.
Oh, yeah.
He looks his body
Because he's pale. He's very pale. Because he doesn't go under the sun.
yeah
Yeah.
He doesn't want UV. Because UV
ages
ages
causes
you.
cancer and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So like he looks very much like the Prometheans, but I think it's really cool that this guy's spending all his money to do like he could gatekeep the shit out of that. But he's giving it away for free on his social media. And we have definitely touched on the podcast before, but he sells like supplements along the side. But so there's like there's a forward there to make money. But he does say is like, if you don't have access to buy my stuff or you just don't want to buy my stuff, here is like you can cobble together the same supplements from wherever you are in your country. Like you can go buy these different supplements from a supplement store, or if you don't even have that, you're in a country where you or don't have access to buying supplements, you don't have the money. Here's like the fruit and vegetables you can eat that will get you as close to what you need from here. And some of it is definitely unattainable. Some of them you 100% need supplementation to hit those levels of whatever it is. But I like that he's doing all that thing and then just giving away for free. And he gets a lot of shit on the internet for like, he's a tech billionaire who's trying to live forever. I totally get that, but like
the concept seems absurd, right?
Yeah.
He's not live forever. He's just
Trying to live the best.
de-aging.
Yeah.
Because some of us like eat Macca's or KFC every day, so you age more. So you instead of 1 day, you live 1.5.
The important thing is about quality of life you can
Correct.
have.
But he's living a 0.7 for every day.
Yeah.
So he's saving like 30%.
It's natural you get like, in your younger 20s, you don't really care about these kind of things. But as you get, later in life, you gotta start worrying about this stuff.
I naturally had a 6-pack when I was a teenager.
No shit.
And
huh? Skinny pack or?
No, I was still big. I'm big. I was a big guy.
Visible?
I had
Goddamn.
that V right on the abdomen as well. And I was like, I was just naturally fit. And as I started to move into like early 20s, I'd have a single hot chip and I'd gain 3 kilos. And I'm like,
Oh, fuck. Your body's like
welcome to
nutrients.
life.
my metabolism just ate shit. I don't know what it is. Just couldn't do it.
No more 6-pack.
Yeah, I know.
You've been going to the gym with the Lucas.
Yeah.
your-
So I've been
your
going with
son.
Lucas.
Nice.
How's he going?
Yeah, really good. Like he's really like in that regard, especially with his sports, he's a real good listener. We go every second day and we do.
Because he's naturally very fit. So
Yeah,
he's
he-
just kind of going for the gym now.
He's got like a genetics lottery between like Kelly and I because her brothers are quite athletic and I was naturally quite muscular when I was young. And I think he's got a bit of a mix of both. So he's quite strong. Although we've given him horrific joints, so he can't. His knee, his knee cartilage and stuff is shot. And
Really?
yeah.
And he runs around playing sport all day
Yeah,
long.
it's actually something we'll have to manage a lot, especially if he wants to continue to push into like professional AFL. One of the muscles on the top of his thigh to bottom of his thigh when it connects to the knee is also super underformed. And
But he's 13.
40, he's 14 now.
His body's going to go through a lot of changes.
It is, but for some of the things, if they're already bad now, that's not a great sign, unfortunately. So because he's quite good, like exceptionally good at AFL and wants to pursue that, and he's had those avenues already provided to him to push into like commercial and like professional AFL. But if we don't manage those things correctly and we find a way to work around them, it could be just
Especially when the risk of
easily
injury
enough.
goes way higher when you're playing professionally.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So especially with your knees being bad at his age is rough because it's a hard thing when you're talking about
you need those-
joints and like cartilage. Like I said, like the same way you're talking about like having your joints keep up, it doesn't make any sense. Like what if they're not there, they're not there. There's no making them any better. But you can do that by supplementation of like some of the things you said, like the collagen and stuff like that. So. But
Yes, take care.
I'm enjoying it. I like I've had good muscle memory and I already look better in a mirror than I did.
Nice.
Like 4
To
weeks
me,
ago.
like health is like a home loan.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't take care of your health, it's that you're
borrowing-
taking more
you're borrowing
loan.
from the
yeah,
future.
you're borrowing a lot. So when the future comes, you pay your debt.
When did you guys realize that fast food, you can't do it anymore?
What do you mean?
Ooh.
I still
yeah.
can do it. Like I feel like everything,
Probably 2 years ago. Yeah.
everything is in balance. You have to have input and output. If you are just inputting fast food and you're not outputting it, so if that's time if you're doing like 1 to 2K calories like on workout a day, you could go Macca's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As long as
it's
you're
not good for you,
deficient.
but you can.
Correct.
You won't gain the weight. But if you are doing Macca's and not going that kind of output,
It sounds really easy, but it really is just calories.
yeah, it's just calories. It's just.
The weight up and down is calories, but the damage you're doing to body
Correct.
from like
Of course,
like
it's
fried
not
food.
it's not good. But I mean, like I said, you
Always
still
still
can
be eating
eat.
healthier because your body needs
It's just
nutrients.
that you can't eat very often.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember if I get like a large meal from McDonald's now and I eat the large chips and the burger,
Yeah.
I feel like absolute shit after.
You're
I,
real
I,
stuffed
I
and
had
kinda
McDonald's
bloated, right?
for the first time after a year.
Was it worth it?
No, I mean like there's nothing else to eat.
It is funny once you go quite healthy and you go back, you're like, I don't care about this at all. Right?
no. I mean like
your body adjusts to kind of having a cleaner diet, and when you start having like super processed food, you just don't feel
He starts
great
screaming. You're like,
afterwards.
what are you doing?
I ate it just for the food, and I don't feel anything. But
Yeah.
I just like, okay, I don't need it anymore.
At least you don't crave it, right? Which is
Nah.
a big deal. Like
That's the craving part is the hardest part.
get over.
You mentioned like when was the last time you couldn't do fast food? For me, it was 2 years ago. For me, it's the cravings. The cravings for fast food kind of stopped.
when it was like you and Jackson and Ellen here, and you guys would just smash KFC constantly.
Yeah.
It
That was 3+ years ago now.
It's crazy.
Sorry.
It's not good. But as long as you can have it, just not as often. As simple as that. You can have it once every 2 months.
Yeah, it's totally
Yeah,
fine.
it's like a treat. Yeah. So it's good.
But can you stop yourself from
Yeah.
having it?
So you hit that point where you're feeling the difference in your body, right?
Yeah,
Visibly and like physically. For me right now, I can't wait for that right now because I need that like extra motivation kicks in and kind of pushes me through. For right now, for me, is that drive. I really got that drive going in, and I know when I hit that motivation, that extra bit of like I can see the progress. For me, I'm a very like progress driven person where if I can see it happening, then I go all the way in. So for me, it's like getting to that point where I can really start feeling and seeing the difference. So
do you do cardio?
yeah, I do. I do. I have in those 5 days, I have one day where I specifically go and I do things like I go out. So I dedicate to like going skating, doing some like physical activity and stuff as well. And every gym sesh, I do some like warm up as well.
That's good.
Yeah, I should be warming up and stretching, but I'm definitely not.
The stretching
know I
thing is
should.
supposed to be quite good.
I'm
for you,
glad-
but stretching in the gym always feels awkward.
I'm glad that we are heading
Yeah.
towards a more healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen like transformation. Like I could wear back all my old clothes and stuff.
We're nothing but positivity here on the broadcast.
Yes,
right?
that's right.
But for me, they're talking about that, like seeing actual physical change. Losing weight has always been a really hard thing for me, back and forward. And then it wasn't until I started actually like weighing myself every morning, and I could see a visible change to that number that actually drove me to keep.
It's like gamifying it, where you're like, it's like
Let's
you can,
go.
you can
exactly.
see the points going up
It's the
or down.
game thing where
Cut
like,
the
my
sugars.
brain just really wants to see the progress.
You cut the sugars, you drop the weight. Simple. as
Sugar's a
that.
big one. Yeah, cutting
cut,
sugar was a
cut the
huge
sugar, you
motivator.
see the weight drops.
I think step 1 of weight loss was cut sugar, and step 2 was just eating less. But step 1 was the hardest.
Less
Step 1
carbs.
was cutting that sugar thing was really hard.
Sugar and bread.
Nah, bread's good.
No, bread is sugar.
Bread is my
Yeah, it
favorite
is.
part, but it is the worst for you.
Yeah, bread is sugar. Like literally sugar. Rice
And when
is
I mean
sugar.
when I mean cut sugar, it doesn't mean I cut sugar 100%. I was still having like every now and again I'll have a sugar-free drink. I kind of sate the cravings.
I would just
Even
cut
though they're still
everything
not
out.
great for you.
Like just cut everything out. You want to go ham. Like just everything. You can have one cheat day where you can have your cravings feel.
I don't know. The cheat day thing is tricky. I feel like the cheat day is too easy for people to indulge and kind of take over.
No,
And
you
it
don't.
brings that
You
craving
don't
back
go
in.
crazy. You just go one.
I feel like cheat days kind of just tempt you back into that craving. But if you can just cut it out entirely and just push forward and just never go back.
But is that like a sustainable practice?
Nah, that's not sustainable.
Yeah, but is the cheat day sustainable either?
Yeah, it is. I did a cheat day.
Yeah.
I still do it.
Yeah, but I feel like your will is much stronger, William.
No, I mean like you just have to like that 5 days. You just tell like if you lock yourself, that 5 days is where you like you train yourself to go to gym every 5 days, like the 5 days, right? And then that 6th day, you enjoy. One day, just you look forward for the 6th day. You don't look for.
What's
the
your
5
go-to cheat day, William?
I have my boba.
Ah, that's where you go.
Yeah.
Where do you go for that?
Now my boba like to boba.
In Kingsway?
Yeah.
Oh, just up the
Oh,
road.
no, not Kingsway, but any boba.
Oh, all right.
That's
The franchise
my
store.
like
There's a bubble tea place in Kingsway.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Inside
Yeah.
the shopping centre.
No,
Outside.
outside.
It's next to the
to
grill.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brand new.
I didn't even know that.
Many years, 1-2 years maybe.
What's your cheat day food?
Every day is a cheat day for me.
You're bulking, mate.
Yeah, I've been bulking for about 20 years. I'd
Yeah.
say.
So
That cut's gonna go crazy.
gives you like something to look forward to, not something for you to like let go.
I guess my brain works differently. I guess I think the secret is whatever works for you, kind of go ahead for it.
Yeah, if you think like to cut off,
Yeah.
and the problem with total,
I know for me that I need to cut it off 100% because getting that temptation back in is just gonna fall me back in that spiral.
the problem with,
just cut it out.
cutting off, it's the momentum.
Hmm.
Like how long can you last? If you say you can last forever,
Hmm.
it works. But because if you say one day, imagine if you just snap, you just go 180, right? then that is a problem. That is the biggest problem. I'd rather you have gradual, you still have your temptation. You're never going to break that cycle.
You're not pretending it's not there.
You're not pretending. Like you still have it, but in a cycle, like you don't break your cycle. That's what you want, right? So it's long term versus like go hard and go ham, and that's how you 180 and then you just go backwards. That's worse.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, that it depends how you work. Like if you can do it, like total like give up, then go for it.
So Danny, obviously you still work quite a physical job. So what's your gym split like?
I just do 2 to 3 exercises of everything per day. So I do like every time I go, I try to be there for between 40 minutes and an hour. I do
Two exercises kind of does like 90% of the effort.
It's plenty. 100% is plenty. So like I'll do 2 chest, 2 legs, 2 shoulder, 2 arms, like all that stuff, and I just do all the whole way through. And it's like I need to be super functional for the next day, so I don't need to bust anything out. And like you said, doing like just 2 sets of 4 of everything, it's doing 90% of the work. It's gonna be much.
How
slower.
hard are you pushing? Are you going? Do you just go until you feel you can feel it?
I do 4 sets of 10 to 12, depending on the exercise. On the 4th set, I should be hitting max reps at between 7 to 9.
Gotcha.
And then once I do that progressively, I keep a very detailed tracking of what I'm lifting and how much I'm lifting and how many reps on my phone. And then once I get to a point where I'm maxing out those reps, the next week I'll go up in the weight, depending on and it'll go up depending on what kind of thing it is. Like, am I going up a full plate, or in some cases I'm just literally going up like 1.25 kilos, depending on the exercise I'm doing. Like slow progressive thing is, again, it's much more sustainable, but it's also important for me because I have to be physically, like the next day I've got to do physical labor in the sun again. So are
you concerned about growth right now, or you're more concerned about general health?
I'm just happy just to be there, to be honest with you. Yeah. It's more about like every other time I've been really hard at the gym, it's about getting as big as I can as quickly as possible. And I'm less concerned about it this time. Yeah. Well, my natural body shape is good for powerlifting, so I naturally fall into that. I can, for my weight, when I was benching, I was trying to get over 135. That's what I was trying to bench over, and it's like it's good. It's great for like a casual lifter that's quite high. So it's like it's not Olympic lifting, but it's quite good for my size, just like casual lifting. So I was like, and I really wanted to push that.
For most kind of just average gym guys, like even 100.
Yeah,
is like the goal. It's just your body weight itself.
100 kilos.
Yeah, a bench press body weight is like quite good.
Only 9% of the male population in the world can bench 100 kilos.
Oh my god, that's a lot.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's only once you
have to be a serious, like you're actually serious about gaining muscle and going to the gym consistently to go past that threshold.
Once you bench to 100, you're in the top 10% of men in the entire world. So it's like I
can bench only myself, like on a push-up. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also like if you're not, the thing is like if you're doing bench regularly and stuff like the same as like squats or deadlifts or anything, if you're not doing that exact exercise, when you're doing those exercises, you're working those specific muscles, which they'll grow for the next time. So it's like if you don't do bench, there's no reason you jump on and have a really incredible bench. You know what I mean? Like you're not working those, so it's fine. And the thing is like, doing like calisthenics stuff is technically more functional. Like when you're playing with your kids or you're moving boxes around to sort chaff or you're doing any of the things you do, you pick up the shopping out of the car, your things are more likely to keep you from injuring yourself because your like body's attuned to what it's doing, rather than a bench guy can be massive but still like bend over in the car to pull like a thing of like Coke Zeros out of it and still slip a disc. Because like
you lift with your legs, William, when you pick up boxes. You know, when you pick up boxes and you squat down, lift with your legs.
I always use the squat method.
Yeah.
I do that on job sites, and like so I go the job I do is incredibly physical. Like I'll carry 100 boxes of 30 kilo things, 30 to 45 kilo things into someone's house 100 times, and I'll do that 4 or 5 times a day. And it's like, so it's in a lot. I'm walking through sand and hills and all this shit. And it's like, and I will do all the lifting in the proper ways. I'll like put my chest out and stick my bum out and I look like a fucking weirdo. I'll do it with everything and I'll bend up and down at my knees. But I've done my job for the longest than any other person in this entire state. Like now, I'm literally the longest person running doing my job anywhere in this entire state. And it's like there's no, like I've only once herniated a disc, and I wasn't even really. I just turned around wrong and I full herniated one of my fucking bulged a disc. And I had to like shove it back in by like lying on a metal pole. So pop back in. It's pretty rough. But it's like I've only done that, and that was really just like the twisting that did it, not even the carrying of the thing. But I could do that without injuring myself for the longest period of time, and I feel good about it because I look like a fucking weirdo, like squatting up and down when I'm like picking up buckets and shit.
Nah, but it's gonna be like it's gonna come back way more in 20 years time,
and that's long term.
Because my parents were never taught this, right? Of
course, yeah.
And I'll see my dad and my mom. They'll just pick up things.
Crippled.
They'll just bend over their back and pull it off. I'm like, oh, don't do that.
I try and do the same thing with my dad all the time, like because my dad did the same job.
It's all about education, right?
Yeah, and the biggest thing of the education with Lucas when we're at the gym is like I try to get his form nailed down hard before even letting him lift the weight.
Do you know what his goal is?
Well, because his focus is AFL.
I guess at 13, he's like not really crazy concerned about getting shredded.
No, not at all. Like he's already like very athletic.
Yeah, so he's just building general body strength.
Yeah.
What I try and follow for him is I looked up a bunch of like what trainers would do for AFL players. So it's very well, and I'm just doing the same thing along with him, and that's why we're doing the splits we're doing, and none of it's busting because like for them, if let's say he's playing for professional AFL, he'd have to be training 4 days a week, like doing a lot of like running around and jumping and stuff. So
it's like explosive strength.
Absolutely. And then you'd theoretically be playing a game on the weekend. So you don't want to ever like burn your muscles out or do anything crazy or like hit max reps at any time doing that, because then you're going to be tired for when you go play the game on like the actual professional game. So we're following the more casual training schedule of that, which focuses on just like, it's not about where I'm going to be now and in 8 weeks. It's going to be where, if we keep this up consistency, it's where it's going to be in a year and a half, 2, 3, 4.
This sports training is such a different side of the world where you get these like personal trainers that come through and really, really make tailored
absolutely,
schedules for these athletes, specifically around their sports as well. So you'll get in the NFL, you'll get the way the quarterbacks train.
I assume that they run each other like goats. They're just hammering each
anything
other.
that's like the defense team, the linebackers, it's all about pure raw like endurance, strength, run each other, kind of clash, right? But then you get the quarterback whose position is all about throwing the ball. So a lot of their training is around flexibility and making sure range of motions in the muscles and also strengthening themselves so that when they do get hit, they don't get injured. That's a huge part of it, and it's really different to see that different kind of training coming through.
Yeah, what they're like the trainers are focusing on.
And I imagine a big part in the AFL is the same as well, because it's a contact physical sport. A bunch of that personal training is going to come to strengthening yourself, so when you do get hit, you're not injuring yourself.
Yeah, not just annihilate it out.
Yeah.
Talking about physical feats, have you guys heard of Catman?
What?
His name is Catman, right? I'll
John Cohen.
I'll find it on. I'll find it on the social media. He's a Japanese guy, and he's done it. He's done it once before, but he walks from one side of Australia to the other through the deserts and shit.
Jesus,
and he dresses the up the entire time in a cat leotard.
Why?
Oh, who knows, bro? He has
props to him.
Yeah.
How did he not die?
That's his whole deal. Is like everyone's like, how did you not die? Like the
cat costume was a camouflage.
All the birds are getting the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
So he does it with a wheelbarrow, and he carries all this stuff in his wheelbarrow, and he effectively relies on people driving past to stop and give him water. It's fucking crazy. And there's points where he'll have to fill he'll just get rid of all of his gear and his camping stuff, and he'll just have water bottles in the wheelbarrow because he's not going to get water, and there's probably not going to be any driving past him for the next 5 hours or 10 hours, whatever the fuck.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. But he's like, the last time.
What's next for him?
The last one he did. Well, now he's come back to Perth. He's flown back to Perth.
Is he from Australia?
No, he's a Japanese guy.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and what he'll do is once he gets to Queensland or over east. Last time we went to Adelaide from Perth, and he just worked in Adelaide as I think a concreter or something, to save enough money to fly back to Perth to do it again. And he'll do it again. But he does a bunch of like charity stuff and like donates things, and like he'll stop by schools and shit.
I guess shout out to him. He's kind of doing some crazy feats.
The crazy bit is he's just dressed in a cat leotard the entire time.
I wonder what made him choose Australia of all the countries to kind of like cross.
Because
I guess it's long, but also Australia is safer. I guess.
Yeah,
not from the the trapdoors or whatever.
Yeah,
the
the
spiders.
Australian
snakes and
environment
stuff.
will try
Hey,
and kill
people
you.
I'm fine, but not the insects,
I
bro.
think the Australian environment will try and kill you, but at least the people aren't trying to kill you.
Well, the last time he did it, he was on the way to Adelaide. He was making mee goreng noodles with a hot pot thing, and he spilled it on his leg and gave himself 3rd-degree burns.
Fuck.
So then
in the middle of the desert?
in the middle of the desert. So he walked on it the next day, thinking he was going to be okay. And then when he got he got to the next town, he was like feverish and like passing out. So the people, somebody from the town drove him like 5 hours to the nearest hospital, and the hospital was like, "What the
Wait,
fuck?"
how funny if the 5 hours back was back towards
Backwards. But like to me, that's an impressive human feat.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And the fact he's like, I'm going to do it again, but like through worse a desert this time. It's like, sure.
I
buddy,
remember
you do you.
I watched a podcast episode about a guy who walked across Asia.
What?
And it was like insane. It was insane. Like it took him basically like an entire year. But he had some crazy stories to tell, and like all the crazy, like the people he met and how he navigated it all. Insane stuff. Every now and again, I'll be reminded that people can do some crazy stuff. Did you know this before we end the podcast, because we're reaching that 1 hour, 30-minute mark? Humans are actually a incredibly unique species on Earth, where we effectively, at our base nature, we can go forever. We can keep running and we keep jogging on and on and on and on and on. We're an endurance creature. Humans are an endurance creature. So especially when it comes to running, so there's a theory in like ancient humans, when we were hunter-gatherers, the way we actually hunted down a lot of creatures, we would just
Exhaust them
We
out.
would just exhaust them out. We would just keep running because the humans are designed incredibly well because we're on 2 legs and because our lungs are very disproportionately larger than say other creatures compared to body size. We have very, very strong cardiovascular conditions to keep jogging, keep pushing forward, and humans are one of the only creatures on Earth that have no hair, so we can sweat. So sweating is a incredibly unique feature to humans that gives us a lot of heat control because you get a lot of other animals in the animal kingdom.
Yeah, they
where
got pant and shit to get
correct.
out.
They can only sprint for so long because they physically will overheat. So for example, a cheetah, right, or like dogs, for example, they can go incredibly fast for short bursts, but then they'll overheat and have to stop.
That's why the mammoths went extinct, because they were just getting bored of the humans chasing them. Like, fuck, man, just
So
stop, bro.
ancient humans, we would literally just keep as we go back and we have more and more records and we see how humans evolved physically, humans were just designed to keep running forever. We can just run. Like a human at a real peak condition, if you just maintain a certain speed, you can just keep running.
Just keep doing it.
You just keep going.
I guess that's how you get guys do like the ultra marathons as well, where they run the entire time. And you're like,
Also,
holy moly.
another unique part of humans is that we can breathe while running. A lot of animals can't do that.
Well, they just hold their breath.
Yeah.
just old mate lion just passing
So
out.
the
'cause he forgot to breathe.
combination of 2 legs, breathing while running, and sweating means that we have a lot of energy control, and that's
So
how
when
humans
I'm
did
just
it.
sitting there eating Maccas at 12 o'clock at night playing video games, I've really let
So
my
when I
genetics
think
down.
about what my human body capability is, and I'm over there doing the same thing, I'm like, fuck.
I get it.
Hunter gatherers, dude.
All right.
Thank you very much for being here.
Watch out for Burg-a-mander.
All right.
I thought you were supposed to come up with a name by the end of the podcast.
This is Burg-a-mander. You said Burg-mander. I Burg-a-mander.
So yeah,
Different.
Thank you for
Burg-a-mander.
listening to
Sure,
Burg-a-mander. Take care, everyone.
could have called it
Ciao,
Combo Girls.
guys.